Let's talk about Monique, who is still on this warpath of trying to get an apology from Tyler Perry and Oprah. And I'm like, girl, can we please, I get it. I totally understand you were done wrong. But now it's at a point that you're just never going to get this thing that you want from them. So I just don't understand why you keep trying. But if it helps you at the end of the day, if it gives you some type of catharsism type situation, then or did I say catharsis? That's if it helps you in a cathartic type of way, then by all means, do what you need to do, Auntie. So the billionaire media tycoons were brought up by the actress and comedian during the Wednesday episode, and this was on October 28th of the podcast, the 85 South Show, where Monique began again requested a public dialogue with Perry and Winfrey. The Academy Award winner has claimed for years that Perry and Winfrey caused her to be blacklisted for refusing to participate in the promotional tour of the 2009 drama Precious. Winfrey and Perry were co-producers of the film, and Lee Daniels, who apologized to Monique, directed the project. Around the 50-minute mark of the episode below, Monique talked about making amends with her eldest son, Shalon Jackson, or it could be Shallon, and the unwavering support by her husband, Sidney Hicks. She said, my knees don't buckle. I don't waver from what I know is right. I don't waver from the truth. So if that has to be public, I'm okay with that. I'm still waiting for Tyler Perry, still waiting for Oprah Winfrey to say, let's have this public open conversation. Don't run, because they may be able to heal our community just like my son and I. Well, Oprah and them like to give the presentation of we healing black people, we all for, getting people to the next level and all that. They like playing up that whole holistic type shit. But I feel like y'all are all about the image and not about actually moving like real healers. And I truly believe that Monique is someone who is all about trying to make herself a better person and working on, because we're all a work in progress at the end of the day. So I definitely truly believe that that Baltimore woman definitely walks the walk. The problem is she is just like, you're beating a dead horse at this point. They're not interested in wanting to meet you, wanting to come to a place where we could understand and move on. And my thing is, if you still feel like you blacklisted, you're a hustler. You're someone who's a comedian. You can find ways to make you some money. I know I be getting in on everybody for doing a podcast. Because I'm like, there's too many people out here as it is with a podcast. But maybe you can come out with your own little, excuse me, your podcast, a radio show, something or another that you could be doing on the internet to make some money, have your husband produce it or whatever. But I mean, we've seen you in things. I mean, I'm sure Lee Daniels could still use you in some of his projects if he has anything down the pipeline. Like I'm sure that there's things. Um, she also addressed speculation that she's hard to work with, a rumor allegedly started by Perry, saying, well, for the people that said I'm hard to work with, they've not worked with me. So I can't even entertain it because they've not worked with me. Because they've not worked with me. But girl, how many times you gonna say they've not worked with you? But when you have a man named Tyler Perry saying she's difficult to work with and you've never worked with me, and that cost me 12 years of my career. Elsewhere, she asked, why ever would I let that go? Why ever would I not talk about it every opportunity I get? Because you cost my family that money. And what happens is we get so afraid of power that we're too afraid to say what's real. Well, I don't know, because she's talking about that we get so afraid of power. It's not about being afraid of power. You can still speak about whatever your discrepancies is with Oprah and Tyler Perry. My thing is you keep bringing it up, expecting like they're going to listen to you and they're going to willing to meet you halfway, and they're willing to be man and woman enough to confront you and have this powwow of changing. That's why I love the fact that when it took T.S. Madison to get Monique and Lee Daniels to come together, because I think she interviewed them individually and then had a conversation and was able to bring them together where they apologized, they hugged it out, and he put her in that what's the name of that movie, Deliverance? Put her in that movie. The movie wasn't good, but at least she got a part and she got a check. So, and that was for Netflix. So I'm glad that, they made amends, but I just don't think that someone like a Tyler Perry or Pastor Perry, because he be trying to act like he a goddamn minister of whatever mega church you could think of, and then Oprah with her holistic attitude. You would think that they would be man and woman enough to actually meet up with someone who is as real as Monique is because of where she grew up, that they would have that rapport with each other. But I don't think that those two could be man and woman enough to even come to that, to meet at that level. So now, while on podcast, speaking of T.S. Madison, Outlaws with T.S. Madison in August, Monique claimed that Perry had a God complex and urged both the filmmaker and Winfrey to take accountability. She said, "Y'all mess with my livelihood, which messes with my family. Never would I do that to anyone. So until they fix it, I won't back down." So there you have it. I guess as long as Monique got breath in her body, she's going to keep bringing it up. And I know a lot of us be something here like, girl, just let it go. Like, just move on. You already know. Like, we get it. This man did you dirty. He said all these things about you. And I love the fact that you've never wavered from that, where you basically said your story has never changed, which, of course, I believe. Because if you saying the same thing every interview you get, you believe it. It's not on some Donald Trump type situation where it's just like, oh, he just says whatever, pulls things out his ass because he's always getting caught in the lie, but nobody wants to call him out on the lie. But with her, I do believe that they did her dirty. It's like, yeah, I'm sorry, but the way that the situations are, and you want me to spend money out of my pocket to work for free on an independent project and promote it? No, I'm not doing that. That's like, you know how expensive it is? I gotta pay for hair and makeup. I mean, well, that's, and then we also heard the stories in the past where didn't they say when they made that Color Purple remake that there was issues with when they were on set that they weren't trailers were a mess and there was nobody there for him. Like there was all kinds of complaints that was coming out behind the scenes of that movie. And we was all looking at Oprah and side eyeing her and being like, "How y'all all got this money?" You and I think Will Packer also worked on it. How you billionaires, the ones of us who got this money to be working on producing these movies, and y'all working behind the scenes, and these are some shitty conditions you have your actors in. White people don't even do that to their talent, but this is what y'all doing behind the scenes. When I gotta come on set and I gotta play these characters, and this is what I gotta deal with the mess going on behind the scenes. Like, come on now. So I guess keep talking, Monique, because it ain't, and she gonna keep doing it whether we want her to or not. So. I say all this. Say, what do you guys think of this story? Do you feel like Monique is just beating a dead horse at this point, that she should just let it go, in the words of Elsa from Frozen, or just what? As long as she got breath in her body, I just feel like she's gonna keep talking about it, and until something is done. But I just feel like when we're talking about Tyler Perry and Oprah stubborn asses, I just don't see you getting your wish granted anytime soon, if not ever. So let me know what you guys think of this story in the comments down below.